Good afternoon. I'm Gwendolyn Morton, and this is Live at 5 on WBON TV9, where every local story starts here. A few of our top headlines for today. A kidnapping victim is found safe this morning in Madison County, and a man brandishing a gun over the weekend is behind bars. Plus, more from City Manager Rob Meinrich about the new sports complex coming to Richmond. All those stories, plus lots more, including local weather and sports. That's all coming up today, live at 5. But first, in our WBON TV9 big story of the day, an abducted Ohio woman has been found safe today in Richmond. The incident began when Kentucky State Police Richmond Post was notified of a nationwide alert that was just before 7:30 a.m. this morning. The call involved a possible abduction in Wayne County, Ohio. A witness of the abduction reportedly tried to intervene, and the suspects fired shots at that person. The Ohio State Highway Patrol contacted the Kentucky State Police Richmond Post, advising of a cell phone ping on I-75 in Lexington, headed south en route to Tennessee. A KSP trooper observed a vehicle traveling along I-75 south in Madison County that was around the 95-mile marker, possibly related to that abduction, and initiated a traffic stop on that vehicle. The operator of the vehicle was identified as Anthony C. Grinnell, 29 years old, from Cleveland, Ohio. Mr. Grinnell was a suspect in the possible abduction in Ohio and was taken into custody for questioning. He was later charged with unlawful imprisonment, first degree, and lodged in the Madison County Detention Center. A passenger, William L. Tate, 27 years old, from Newland, North Carolina, was also arrested and lodged at the Madison County Detention Center for possession of a defaced firearm. The victim was located safe in that vehicle. This is an ongoing investigation conducted by the Kentucky State Police. Well, WBON TV9 has been working to get more information about an incident that occurred Saturday night involving a man reportedly with a gun. The suspect had fled on foot from the Madison County Sheriff's deputies in the area of South Killarney Lane in Richmond around 11 Saturday night. Officers called in K-9 Unit Tango for a track of the suspect. Tango located the suspect, 34-year-old Carl Miles, in a heavily wooded area near the end of South Killarney Lane. After a brief encounter with a K-9 unit, Tango Miles gave himself up and crawled out of the thicket toward the officers. It was discovered Miles had an outstanding warrant for probation violations. He was arrested and also charged with fleeing and evading police, as well as resisting arrest. This Friday, the City of Richmond will break ground on the new sports complex located off Tates Creek and Goggins Lane. Continuing our conversation with City Manager Rob Meinrich, Michael Watkins has more details on that park and what it'll look like and why this project is a big deal for the city.
On Friday, the City of Richmond hosted a ribbon-cutting event for the newest park located downtown, named Armory Park, that took the place of the old Armory building. The thought behind Armory Park and the new park that the city will break ground on this Friday out on Tates Creek was to fill many needs for the city. When the process started, the city manager, Rob Meinrich, was really looking to just expand soccer programming. But everything just kind of fell into place for a new sports complex.
We looked at a lot of different properties, at which were flatter, easier to do the engineering. This property was affordable as a municipal, and the location is ideal because you can get to it from both exits off I-75. We had a lot of preliminary work done on the property before we decided to purchase it. One of those pieces was an economic impact study. We had a sports group do one of those, and if you utilize the soccer fields to their full potential, it could be up to about $7.2 million a year to our local community in soccer tournaments. Now, I've always felt like those economic impact studies are a little inflated, and obviously we're going to back into regional tournaments and make our local youth sports priority.
Meinrich said that other city managers across the state have told him they've all had success with soccer complexes, and the location and accessibility of this location will be the biggest factor in making Richmond's new park a success. The sports complex will have 3 entrances, with the main one being on Tates Creek and 2 other entrances on Goggins Lane. Meinrich went on to say that all the improvements the city is making are exciting, but also keep him up at night sometimes.
Richmond's going through a phase in local government where we had a previous administration that had to really get our finances in order, and they did a phenomenal job of doing that. And it's positioned us where we caught the curve of growth, being financially stable, and so we're able to do these projects. And I tell my department heads, government is like a cycle. You know, when you start growing and you have more tax revenue, you need to make sure you're giving back the services that the people are paying for. And I feel like that's what we're doing. We've got a lot of large industry looking at us right now, which is exciting. Of course, Bucky's out on exit 83. That's changed the dynamic of Duncannon Lane. So it's an exciting time for the city of Richmond, and we have to grow responsibly and carefully, but I think we're doing that.
The official groundbreaking for the new park complex will be held Friday morning, and we'll have a full recap of the day's events on that evening's newscast. Reporting for WBON TV 9, I'm Michael Watkins.
Thanks, Michael, for that story. Well, Richmond is gearing up for its annual Officer Daniel Ellis Memorial 5K, an event that holds a special significance for the community. Officer Ellis lost his life nearly 8 years ago, shot and killed in the line of duty while investigating a robbery in November 2015. Officer Ellis is remembered for his constant positivity, willingness to go the extra mile, and his devotion to his family. Because of the person he was and the values he stood for, Officer Ellis's memory lives on in the Richmond Police Department. The upcoming Officer Daniel Ellis Memorial 5K Run, now in its 8th year, is organized by his widow, Katie Ellis DeSimone. The annual run celebrates the life and legacy of a local hero who served Madison County and the community and continues to inspire others. The event is scheduled for Saturday, November the 4th at 8:30 a.m. In addition to the 5K run, the Richmond Police Department will host a memorial at the station on Friday at 2 p.m. These events are an opportunity to remember Officer Ellis' service, dedication, and the positive impact he had on those around him. Stay tuned. We're going to take a quick break, but right after this, we've got Susie. She is in with the cold forecast.
Are you considering a bathroom remodel? Think about this. Remodeling your bathroom without addressing the plumbing is like going to get a facelift when you need heart surgery. Plumbing is the heart of your home. At Fast Flow, we understand the importance of a well-functioning plumbing system. Our expert plumbers have years of experience in providing top-notch plumbing services. Don't just settle for a pretty face. Choose Fast Flow Plumbing before you remodel and keep your home's heart beating perfectly.
Call a pro at Fast Flow. Did I ever tell you about that time I zipped right past that dang Sasquatch?
I don't think so.
Yes, sir. I don't know how they ever got away if it wasn't for this brand new side-by-side I got at Gateway Cycles.
In Mount Sterling?
Yes, sir. They set me up with something that left old Sasquatch sneezing in my dust.
Jimbo!
Lord, I hear him coming back now.
That ain't no Sasquatch. That's Mama.
Get a great deal on Sasquatch eluders today. Gateway Cycles, Mount Sterling.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer. And in the spring of 1992, Bishop's Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cupcadet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop's Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see ya.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
When recovering from a health condition, illness, or injury, the rehab staff at Mercy Health, Markham and Wallace Hospital in Irvin works with patients of all ages to help you become you again. Inpatient rehabilitation is hospital-based, 24-hour individualized care designed to improve independent function. Outpatient services occur after you return home from the hospital or after suffering an injury.
My name is Randy Calico. My staff at Markham and Wallace Rehab look forward to serving the patients of Estill and surrounding counties.
For more information, visit mercy.com. How do you protect your family during a disaster? Have a plan of action for tornadoes, floods, earthquakes, and for an incident at the Bluegrass Army Depot. Know what you will do and how you will contact each other. Having a plan helps to keep you calm and not panic. Visit EstillCountyEMA.com to get started today. Plan today for a safer tomorrow.
Another cold day in the Bluegrass. Fall is definitely here. Looking at winter ahead, we've got Susie in the Weather Center. She's going to give us a look at the Halloween trick-or-treat forecast.
Happy Halloween, Gwendolyn, and hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got a very cold trick-or-treat situation unfolding as it's been a frigid day. And as we look at this evening, into the 30s, so hopefully the costumes are warm. Maybe a good night for some hot chocolate. Ugh, just not the best ideal weather for trick-or-treating. But we do have the cold easing as the week goes on, but we can plan ahead on some frosty mornings, in fact. So as the kids are heading out to school in the coming days, you're heading out early to work, just to plan on using those coats for sure. We've got the chill really setting in tonight. We've got temperatures below freezing as we dip into the mid-20s. Very cold indeed. So starting out at around 23 degrees, that's in record territory for many. And we will be warming to around 44 degrees as we look at the 4 o'clock hour, as we piece everything out. Now we have this Arctic high that's going to be dominating. We can see this bubble of high pressure, and that's what's going to really shield us from precipitation, but it's also the bubble of cold that's going to be dominating the region. And this is resulting in a dry stretch of weather ahead with no big opportunity for rainfall. We've got low temperatures in the 20s from Lexington into Irvin, 25 degrees in Frenchburg. Yeah, it's going to be a cold scene tonight. And our day tomorrow in the mid-40s, very much below the average, but we will start to see the cold easing. And temperatures are running below the norm by about 16 to 18 degrees or so. And as we break it down for you, really the first half of the day is downright frigid. We'll be in the 30s through the noon hour, and then barely making it into the 40s into the afternoon. So we'll definitely feel the chill. By Thursday, we'll see some improvements as we bump up into the 50s and then eventually the 60s by this weekend. A stretch of sunshine through the end of the week. Early next week, some showers move in. Back to you, Gwendolyn. Stay warm.
Thanks, Susie. And for weather all the time, you can find it on Channel 9 online. Check out our Facebook page and WBONTV.com. In a story we brought you yesterday, authorities are still searching for an inmate that walked away from a career center. Gary Rowe, 44 years old, escaped from the Bluegrass Career and Development Center in Madison County yesterday morning. That's according to the Kentucky State Police, and they say they have no new developments in that case. Rowe is described as a white male with brown hair and blue eyes, 6 foot tall, 177 pounds. He has a birthmark on his upper left arm and a tattoo across his back that reads his last name. That's Rowe, R-O-W-E. Rowe was serving a sentence for multiple offenses, including trafficking methamphetamine, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and evading police. Anyone with information regarding Gary Rowe's whereabouts are asked to contact the Kentucky State Police, Post 7, 859-623-2404. You can probably just contact any local law enforcement if you see Gary Rowe. Laurel County Schools have announced its newest superintendent, Denise Greibel, who officially took over the role Monday. Greibel, who has been with the district for a significant period, had been serving as the interim superintendent since early August. Her appointment to the superintendent position followed the retirement of Dr. Doug Bennett. Denise Gribble brings extensive experience to the role, having served as either an assistant or deputy superintendent in the district for 16 years. Her longstanding commitment to the Laurel County school community positions led her to lead the district effectively in her new role as superintendent. Congratulations. Well, tragically, 2 individuals who were seriously injured in a fire that occurred earlier this month in Lexington have now passed away. The fire, which took place on October the 15th at an apartment on Malibu Drive, left these 2 individuals with severe injuries. Witnesses at the scene reported that several neighbors came to their aid, assisting in their rescue from the building. As of now, the identities of the victims have not been released. Lexington Fire Department District Chief Derek Roberts has stated that the fire was deemed accidental and likely started from smoking materials. Lexington police are searching for a suspect that allegedly robbed a gas station last night. Police responded to the Speedway on Euclid Avenue near UK's campus at about 1 a.m. this morning. According to police, there appears to be only one suspect, but no description is available at this time. Police say an undetermined amount of money was stolen and no one was hurt during the robbery. This is an ongoing investigation. Anyone with information is asked to call the Lexington Police Department. Well, a Fleming County deputy's vehicle was struck by an alleged drunk driver over the weekend. Flemingsburg police are now investigating that crash that led a deputy sheriff injured. On Saturday, police say they responded to reports of a collision at the intersection of Bypass Road and Elizaville Road. At the scene, it was found that a Fleming County Sheriff's cruiser driven by Deputy Sheriff Josh Patrick was hit while stopped at an intersection. Patrick was taken to the Fleming County Hospital for treatment for minor injuries. The driver of the other vehicles, 46-year-old Michael Emmons, was charged with operating a motor vehicle while under the influence. The incident remains under investigation. With that, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. After this, we're going to have Dawson Rule. He is going to be in the Sports Center with lots of local sports news.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Do not adjust your TV set. It is WBON TV's Tuesday Night Terrorvision. Tune in to Channel 9 every Tuesday night in October and witness horrors in haunted houses, out of this world, and even from beyond the grave. WBON Channel 9. It's a scary good show.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
If you love local sports, you'll love the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Join your host, Micah Watkins, Samantha Burford, and Dawson Rule as they cover sports news for the greater Madison County area. Get your local sports news every Monday night from 6 to 7 on WBON Channel 9 and on Y92.5, V99.3, and CBS Sports Radio 103.5. The Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show is also brought to you by the Richmond Raceway, the Law Office of Patrick O'Neill, Nuevo Vallarta, and Bishop Small Engine Repair.
Are you looking for a brand new SUV that won't break the bank? Look no farther than Jack Burford Chevrolet, home of the newly redesigned 2024 Trax. Bigger, bolder, more refined, and starting under $25,000, the new Chevy Trax is really upped its game. Come see us at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond or check us out at jackburford.com to see everything this new Trax has to offer.
Welcome back. Sports anchor Dawson Rule will bring moments from the weekly EKU football press conference during Sports Today. Also, he has an announcement of a cross-country runner's time from the state race on Saturday.
To begin today's sports coverage, I need to recognize a Madison County athlete who I forgot to report on yesterday on accident. The cross-country championships occurred this past weekend, and yesterday I reported on what I thought was each runner from Madison Central and their reported time. Over the long list of hundreds of runners and their finishes from all over the state, I missed a big finisher from Madison Central. Amelia Reynolds, a girls runner from Central in the senior class, finished her race in 73rd place overall, coming in with a time of 21:13:54. Amelia's time was one reason why the Central girls came in a top 10 team finish overall in their rankings for state. Amelia, sorry again for overlooking your name. And shout out to the team one more time for everyone's performance on the boys and girls side. Today was the weekly press conference for EKU's football team, who has a massive game coming up this Saturday against conference number 1 Austin Peay in the UAC. Coach Wells spoke about the big game against his alma mater and his approach to this matchup.
It's a big game, and I think, if I've got to say that very often, I don't know if our kids are dialed in, to be quite honest with you. And I don't mean that in any disrespect to them. I think they know that. We hit on it, early in the team meeting on Monday. But after that, it's just, this is no disrespect to Austin Peay or, if we were playing Georgia. It's another game. You have to treat them all the same. And your goal each week is to improve and get better from the last week. And, I think that's what's important to our football team and maintaining their health, maintaining their focus. We're winding down the semester, so we got a lot of things coming down on us. And, they got to keep the main thing the main thing. And that's what's important, in my opinion, in these games.
Tickets are starting at $5. The winner of this game takes first place in the conference, of course. So this one will be huge for the Colonels. I know many fans and myself are excited to be out there Saturday supporting EKU, and students, we got to get you to come out too, dress warm. Sticking with the Colonels, the men's basketball team lost 99-82 last night in an exhibition game at the Georgia Bulldogs. While the Colonels struggled in some areas in the first half, Coach A.W. Hamilton said he liked his team's fight in the second half, and this game would be good for his team in the future. The Colonels open up their first game of the season next Tuesday, so make sure to get out and support the most exciting 40 minutes in sports. That's all I've got for today's Madison County Sports Report. Thank you all for tuning in, and have a great day. I'll be back here tomorrow for more sports coverage. This is Dawson Rule with WBON TV, Channel 9 Sports.
Thanks, Dawson, for that sports report. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, some big names coming to Lexington's for concerts and the final Terror Vision movie. We've got the details coming up right after this.
Richmond has its very own TV station, WBON TV Channel 9, featuring 4 new TV channels of programming. Our primary station, 9.1, is available over the air with an antenna on all area cable systems, Roku, and our live player at WBONTV.com. You'll love the local sports and other local programming, including the only local newscast for the greater Richmond area, live at 5 daily. Find out more at WBONTV.com.
Mushroom lovers, this one's for you. This is for the beef lovers, too. The onion lovers, the Swiss cheese lovers. If you love all these things, then you're going to absolutely love our classic double mushroom onion melt. Try it now, only at A&W. Feel the heat at A&W with our delicious, cheesy, and spicy sriracha cheese curds. They're available for a limited time only, so come on in and try some today. Only at A&W.
Chenault Vineyards is excited to once again invite everyone out to their annual Holiday Barn Market on Small Business Saturday, November 25th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. with over 30 local vendors. There'll be live music and other entertainment. And what kind of day would it be without Santa there for the kids to see and other special guests, including some of your favorite Disney princesses? That's Saturday, November 25th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. A fun day of food and drinks, shopping, live entertainment, and more. For more information, follow Chenault Vineyards on Facebook or Instagram.
If it won't go down.
Call Mr. Rooter, the best in town.
What do I do now?
Call Mr. Rooter, the best plumber in town. Mr. Rooter is Central Kentucky's affordable and reliable plumber. Right now, get any drain in your home clean for only $89. Call 859-253-CLOG. That's 859-253-CLOG. So if you've got a problem that won't go down, call Mr. Rooter. He's the best plumber in town. He'll clean any drain in your home for only $89.
Now I know who to call.
Call Mr. Rooter.
Bye-bye, Poopy.
When inclement weather hits the greater Richmond area, you can count on Richmond's very own WBON TV9 news team. Continuing news team coverage of traffic alerts, power outages, road conditions, and traffic impacts like accidents or downed trees. Accurate forecast, watches and warnings, local cancellations and delays, and official information from emergency management and the National Weather Service. Be sure to like and follow WBON TV on Facebook for breaking news, alerts, watches, and warnings, and log on to WBONTV.com for all the news on your schedule. Count on WBON TV9 and our media partners 100.7 FM The Coyote for outstanding team coverage when you need it most. Thanks for watching Richmond's very own Channel 9.
Welcome back to Live at 5 on WBON TV Channel 9. Some big news. Two of the most iconic rock and roll bands of the 70s have announced that they are coming to Lexington to perform. ZZ Top and Lynyrd Skynyrd have announced 36 additional appearances of their joint co-headlining tour, the Sharp Dressed Simple Man Tour. And now that includes a stop in Lexington. According to a press release, the tour will make its way to Rupp Arena on March the 28th of 2024. Officials say the artist's pre-sale tickets begin on today, Tuesday, October 31st. That was this morning. Public sale tickets will begin at 10 this Friday, November the 3rd. Again, that's the Sharp Dressed Simple Man Tour, ZZ Top and Lynyrd Skynyrd. Go ahead and make plans to get your tickets. That's going to be a great concert in Lexington. Well, we've been feeling spooky all month here at WBON. Throughout October, we've been airing weekly double features with famous horror movies as part of our Tuesday night Terror Vision series. So far, we've seen ghosts, aliens, and mad scientists. Tonight's special Halloween double feature is all about the zombies, or ghouls, depending on who you ask. Kicking off our double feature is the original zombie movie, White Zombie, followed by George Romero's first film, Night of the Living Dead. You can tune in at 8 p.m. tonight on Channel 9 and spend Halloween night with Tuesday Night Terror Vision. And of course, it is happy Halloween to everyone out there. It's almost time to head out and get all of that candy. Trick-or-treating is right around the corner. Make sure that you get ready. It's going to start at 6 and it's going to run all the way to 8. Be safe out there. Get as much candy as you can. And of course, as soon as you get back to the house, go ahead and set up some popcorn for a good time for our Terror Vision. This is our final movie of the season. We'll be back next October with more great horror movies to show you throughout the month. Thanks so much for joining us today here live at 5. Have a nice trick-or-treating out there. Be safe, bundle up. It's absolutely freezing out there. Have a good night. And of course, we will see you right back here tomorrow live at 5.